Good morning. Forgive the bedhead. We've got a lot to do today. We're getting an early start because one of the things is the farrier's coming at 8, and I've got to get on and ride Gremlin before that. So chores are already done. The sun's not quite coming up. Long list of missions today. It's going to be another glorious day in February, and we're going to take full advantage of that. So this is how I start almost every day, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So we got our ride in, we're done with the farrier. Now it's time to start checking off the other mission list for the day. One of the things I'm trying to do is I need to do my hay chores, but part of that is deciding what I'm going to do hay-wise for the next little bit. I need to bring down small bales. That's pretty straightforward. Big question is, do we put out a round bale for the north pasture horses, or do we save our precious round bales for the pregnant mare? And that really depends on when she's gonna foal. In theory, she'll foal late March, early April, which means we have the rest of February and all of March, and maybe part of April, before she can go back on regular grass. Pregnant mares can't be on grass in the last little bit of their pregnancy because fescue, and all the grass around here has at least some fescue in it, can carry an endophyte that causes pregnancy problems. So they have to be off grass, which means they need to be eating hay. Hence my dilemma of, do I save all of my round bales for the pregnant mares? Do I risk needing to feed them square bales? Or do I do what would be easiest right now and put out a round bale for the other pastures worth of horses? So we're walking up to the hay barn to inventory what we have left for the year and see what we're gonna do. So in the handy dandy hay barn, we have 3 round bales left, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? Yeah, 8 sets of square bales, and each set of square bales is 4 times 4. That's not right, is 8 times 4. I can do math, really. So a bunch of square bales should last me, depending on whether I'm feeding them in the pasture or just the barn, about a month. So I've got plenty of squares. Hum, hum, hum. I'm still trying to make my decision, but for sure I know I need square bales today, so I'm gonna do some tidying up here to get ready to get the square bales to move them down to the barn. So after much deliberation, I decided I'm gonna hold off on the round bales. I was getting ready to move this tin that's been in our way all winter, again, by hand. But I remember that last time I was really smart and I put it on a pallet, and so now I can just use the tool cat to move the pallet that has the tin on it. So we're gonna do that instead of moving it by hand, but I do still need to get the, we're gonna call them fork extenders, set up so that that's ready. What we haven't figured out quite yet is what to do with all the pallets and things that we're storing. So right now we're just piling them. Something. I never want to put new hay down on old hay, so I'm going to rake that up. I'll use it to fill bunny tubes to feed the rabbits later. Right now, move it all the way. All right, and Tool Kitty. Actually, this is Bob, but as soon as we do our glow, we'll get ready and be set to go. Rum, 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 rum. Machines. It's really not nice, or it is really nice to not have to do this by hand. I don't mind doing it by hand, but I'm learning to be lazy. Now for our pallet pickup, we've got to use these, I call them fork extenders. They're not fork extenders, they're pieces of square or rectangular tubing. But our pallets are deep enough that we need to put them under there. So I'm going to try to get the toolcat kind of lined up so that I know where they need to go. And then we'll go out. But you have to be back far enough that you can get them in there. Doocy-doo, round we go. I needed to be over a little bit anyway. Okay, we'll set up from here. So I just realized that for whatever reason this pallet is in here crooked, that really we need to pick it up from the side. I don't know how we got it in here. This is going to take some figuring. So on further deliberation, I decided that we put it in here in a different way than we would do any of the other pallets. Normally we stick the forks in between the space in the pallet so that it's good and secure. But this one, for whatever reason, I think it's because of how we had to load it on the trailer. We didn't do that. And I'm going, is it okay for me to pick it up from the bottom? Am I going to break those boards? There's a good chance. But my logic is we left it to be picked up this way intentionally because we put these little spacers in for it to go. And I'm going to be picking up on the short edge of a 2x4, and that's pretty strong, I think. So I'm going to try picking it up this way and hope that I don't break everything, because that's kind of usually how it goes. So clearly the forks aren't lining up with my things, and I'm hesitant to get closer to the side of the building, but I think that I'm going to need to safely pick this up without it tipping over sideways. So we get to move some more stuff. Okay, so I've got stuff moved out of the way. Let's see if I can get a little closer to the edge of the building. When you build your buildings yourself, you're even more careful about running into them, because you know how much work went into them. Definitely a job that's easier done with two people, but that didn't sound great. Sometimes, if you're really lucky, you do your job all by yourself. Whoa, light in behind it. Oh, this is a heavy one. But it says too heavy, can't do it. So we're gonna try to go the way we got it. Part of me's tempted to just drop it and reposition the pallet forks the way they should be, but on this uneven ground I don't know that I can do that. I hate not knowing what's the best option. Hopefully this works. I wish I had a camera outside right now, because I am pretty sure we're driving along on just forks aren't inside the pallet. There's nothing really holding the pallet on the forks other than gravity. Maybe some prayer. It seems like a flat road when you're walking on it, but when you're driving on it, especially driving on it with a heavy load, it isn't flat. Sometimes slow and steady makes me make a very unpleasant face. I drop a lot less hay now that we've developed this bracing and strapping system, but it's still nerve-wracking until you get it in place. Watching the hay go down the road. Sometimes it gets very exciting. Sometimes it all falls off. Here's where the light end gets extra fun. You can't tell it, but we're going down a bit of a hill. Not much of one, but a little bit of one. And because I can't tilt, pretty much my only option is to pick up more. And I really don't like that when the hind end is already light. Really wish my tilt was working. Oh my gosh, this is killing me. Am I gonna make it? Oh, I don't know. Never had to pick up 28 bales that were perfectly stacked until you dump them. You don't know the agony. We're getting close though. Now we just have to make our swing into the overhang, which is easier said than done. Especially when you're paranoid that your load's gonna fall off. That tilt so bad. Here again is where it would be nice to have a second person, and Eric would have helped. And he's at work right now. Sometimes you gotta get stuff done. I think this is about where it goes, but we're gonna hop out and check. So this is why I hopped out to check. I still have lots of room, but you can see I've been gouging the ground with those tips because we're at such an angle. So we'll try coming forward a little more. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Now, because tilt's not working, I'm not actually sure tilt's not working. Tilt does work. I just can't tilt up, although that time it worked. So maybe now that it's on the ground. There we go. There we go. See, we got it. Gremlin says, what in the heck are you doing? I don't know if you can see him. Okay, that's so not how it's supposed to be sitting. It's better than it was. And he says, yeah, more hay. I like more hay. But as you can see, I don't really have it on the ground. I'm not sure why, so I'm gonna have to investigate that. You probably can't see this, but the answer to why it's not on the ground is that I am right and thoroughly screwed, because the pipes that we use to extend the forks are way underneath the pallet, and I have no way to get them out except for putting the forks back in there, and they were stuck in there to start with. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Amazing. I can't believe I hit them again. I realized that what I did wrong was I didn't put the spacers in there that we had up in the barn. So I'm going to go get the spacers and pray that I can get it lifted enough that I can get the spacers in so that maybe I can get the fork extenders back out. Didn't come out. So I'm going to fiddle with it a bit. I reached my hand under there and I could kind of move both of them. So I'm going to try backing the tool cat out of the way and just pulling them out by brute force. Brute force is not my forte, but we're going to try that. This would be why I wear old grubby clothes all the time. Mission complete. So that didn't go flawlessly like it does when Eric does it, but you know, we got it done, and I only scuffed up the gravel a little bit, and I don't think I broke the pallet, so I'm calling it a success for now. So now we're just gonna take the pallet fork extenders back up to the hay barn where they go, and get a gas, I always forget the gas. And then we're gonna do a little side quest I've been meaning to do every time I've had the forks on. We're gonna pick up my I guess round pin panels, I don't know, preferred panels, whatever those things are. I'd used them this summer to make a jump chute, but we're not using the jump chute right now, and we're sitting out in the middle of the pasture, so we're gonna work smarter, not harder, and pick those up in a second. So if you have two people, one person can drive the tool cat and come along and scoop up the panel, while the other person goes and unhooks it from the other panels. But I'm working by myself today, which is fine. That means I'm going to do it the slow, methodical way. Even if it means it takes me a little bit longer. Still better than moving these suckers by hand. And I have done that many times. Too many times. I'm done doing it by hand. Tilt works just fine when you don't have, I don't know how many 100 pounds on. It was too much. See if we fit through the gate or not. I got him in here, so maybe I can get him out. Truth be told, Eric got him in here. So let's see if I can get him out. ground's still a little squishy, and these are where French drains are, so I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm just going to park it here and hoof them by foot. Will never have enough storage, no matter how well you plan. You'll never have enough storage, and you'll end up sticking stuff places you really didn't mean to plan on storing stuff, but that's where it goes, and that's just the way life is. I think I'm done with the tool cat. I can't think of anything else right at the moment, so we're gonna go drop the forks. No, we're gonna put the pallet of tin back where it was so it's out of the way of the round bales, drop the forks, and then put the tool cat away. It's always good to put stuff away. Actually, we're going to leave pallet of tin right where it is, and we're going to put the pallet forks on it, and I can cuss at myself later. Our main mission accomplished, which was to get the small bales down. Well, decide about the round bales and then get the small bales down. And then our side quest complete, which was to pick up my panels and put them away. So mission complete, side quest complete. Definitely still stuff I want to do outside today because it's actually getting downright hot. I've had to shed a couple layers. So this is what I'm going to spend the rest of my day doing. Got these telephone poles, used telephone poles, which we've got lots of uses for, but they have all kinds of, presumably copper, all kinds of wire on them still. They're just covered in, I guess they're grounding wires. And then, signpost nails and stuff like that. So me and my handy dandy little fence puller are going to spend some quality time trying to rehab these old posts. Really weird connector, kind of cool. Not sure how to get a hold of it. One piece down. is oh, that's the end of it. I thought for a second it was two staples in one, but it's just the end of the wire folded around to look like a staple. It'd be way too cool if they would just pull all out, but I don't think we're gonna get that lucky. I tell you, the creosote from this this log. Ooh, boy, does that smell good. If you've never smelled creosote, it doesn't smell good. In case you were wondering, it kind of reeks actually. Nice thing about partially rotted wood is stuff actually pulls out of it somewhat okay. It's a little hard to get a hold of the staples. This is really thick wire. Ow. Definitely wasn't my knee that I just slammed that into. That a partial staple sticking out. And since I'm going to have the horses around these potentially, I really don't, there we go, really don't want any metal. Because if they can get hurt, well, let me rephrase that. They will get hurt. And the fewer options you can give them to get hurt on, the better. That's another partial one sticking out. Oh, I think we got the end of that cleaned up pretty well. Things had been going so well. I got the ends off of two more, and then I stood up. That's creosote all over the butt of my favorite jeans, and it's on my leg too. Not happy. Okay, so the mission to take the metal off of the telephone poles is very much on hold because it probably ruined my pants. I looked up on Mr. Internet. Mr. Internet said that lard is actually one of the ways to get creosote out of clothing. We have lard. We're going to give that a shot. But in the meantime, I thought you might enjoy seeing the bunnies that I referenced earlier when we were working on the hay. So we'll see if they come out to play while I tackle my pants with the lard. Now in the pants that I should have been in to start with, don't make fun of all the holes. They're my work pants. And if I'd got creosote on them, I would have been a lot less sad than I am right now. Putting lard on clothing just seems wrong, but I'd really like these pants to not be ruined, so we're gonna give it a shot. I guess I don't even know how you do this. This job just gets nastier and nastier. Generally, I would say what to do once you got the lard on the clothes. It was super helpful. It just said use lard. If you look really closely between the hay bales, you'll see Miss Butters. She was sticking her head out at us. Oh, this is Daisy. Hi, Daisy. You probably want to get larded or creosoted. It's nice of you to come say hi. Yeah. How much lard do you use? When you do after you put lard on it? I don't know. If you've done that before, feel free to comment. In the meantime, I have no idea what I'm doing. She's a dirty rabbit. Dirty, dirty, din, din. Any second now, I expect Butters to come binkying out of the cave. But not yet. Meanwhile, Beagle is behind me, very jealous. Aren't you? You're jealous. So jealous. So jealous. So a little more reading said, put the lard on and then wipe it in the direction of the fibers with a cloth. We'll see. I like this might be a little bit like cat in the hat. It's just moving the spot from one place to another. I think I'm calling it quits. It's my right to sometimes say mission incomplete. I'll let you know how this goes in a future video. Hopefully we can redeem my pants. In the meantime, we did complete our mission and our side quest, and the bonus mission, we'll just say it's on hold for the moment. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the videos, we'd love to know. Subscribing would be awesome, and we'll try to keep making them for you. Thanks.